So welcome back to my review of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, the brand new game by Naughty Dog. And they've been working on this game since Uncharted 4 here, A Thief's End. And this was a fantastic game. I reviewed it last year, loved it a lot. And what The Lost Legacy really is it's an expansion to this game. So a lot of the gameplay is the same, and I'll probably be mentioning that quite a few times in this review. And to start off with, Nadine and Chloe are back, and we're introduced to our bad guy, Evil Steve Jobs. Really, he's in this game. No, I'm kidding. But every time I see this guy, I'm like, oh my god, it's Evil Steve Jobs. So our characters are in India, and they're looking for the tusk of Ganesh. That is one of the items that they're looking for. So how do I jump into this review? I've got to get the obvious out of the way to begin with. This game plays, platforming-wise, exactly the same as Uncharted 4. Every single note in that game is here again. So you have your jumping, you have your swinging, you have your shooting, you have your hand-to-hand combat. All of that is the same. Even the driving is exactly the same. So you'll be doing the same things when you're driving around. You'll be going up to an ancient temple. You'll be getting your hook, running to the door, hooking it on, backing up, ripping off the door, going into the temple. But we gotta say, is it fun? Yes, it's incredibly fun. And I've gotta say, this is very important to say, this is just an expansion. This is just an expansion. This is not a huge game. This is about a 7-hour game. Is it worth it? Is it worth picking this up? And this is $50 Canadian alone here for just an expansion. I will say this. It is worth buying this game if you absolutely loved Uncharted 4 and can't get enough and you need more. Because the game plays extremely well. It plays exactly the same as Uncharted 4, as I say. I think the graphics are better. I really do. I think they spent a little bit more time with the graphics. I think some of the level designs are a little bit better as well. I found them a little bit more expansive. I enjoyed some of the puzzles in this game a little bit more as well. And it's the same thing. You're using Chloe and Nadine and going through ancient temples and solving puzzles and looking at the locales, getting to gunfights with the enemies. It's extremely rewarding. I loved Uncharted 4, so for me, I really just got into this game. The one thing I'll say is the storyline stuff is kind of like Uncharted. I don't find it as good. I don't find it as robust and as interesting as I did with Nathan Drake. I think these female characters are absolutely fine. I would have liked a little bit more with them, though. I think we just kind of delve in a little bit, and I think it's kind of superficial, a lot of that. But it does have a very satisfying ending. But the story's not bad. You just want a little bit more out of it. I really enjoyed traversing this world again and climbing up things. And I said it in Uncharted 4. I'm telling you, these characters are more like human monkeys than they are human beings because they have some of the strongest arms in the world. I'm not kidding.
Yep, still here. Great, just checking. Here, give me your hand. I'm good, actually.
The platforming, jumping from ledge to ledge to ledge to ledge is over the top. It's ridiculous, but it is a lot of fun. It really is. But I just kind of always find with these games that it gets a little repetitive, doing the same stuff. You're jumping from ledge to ledge. You're swinging to another ledge, getting into a bit of a gunfight, getting your Jeep, ripping off a door, going into the temple, solving a little puzzle, and rinse and repeat. And that's what Uncharted is, though. You got to go into Uncharted knowing that that's what you're going to get out of this. And that's exactly what you will get. So I enjoyed my time with this game. I don't think it's long enough and big enough to justify the price in a lot of ways. I'm coming back to it. I'm going to say it again. If you enjoyed Uncharted, you couldn't get enough out of the last one, you need some more, you'll be happily pleased with that. But if you played Uncharted 4 and you felt very satisfied, I think you'll be okay not going into this expansion a little bit. I'm glad I got to play it. Obviously, I got a review copy from Sony. I've been playing it all week. I was just a little disappointed in the length of the game. Also, for the multiplayer stuff, I tried to join the multiplayer stuff, but I couldn't connect online. I just sat in a lobby connecting, and I just tried to do the basics of basics to get into an online game. So I can't review that at all. I'm sure when the finished game comes out, the multiplayer will be up and running just fine, but for me, it absolutely wasn't. But when all is said and done, I absolutely loved exploring this world, going into a temple and finding all the hidden things in there and going underwater. The underwater graphics were phenomenal, and coming out on the other end, and just the exploration. And I'm gonna compare it. It's a silly comparison, but so it felt like Tomb Raider to me, and it felt more Tomb Raider than Tomb Raider because there was a lot more tombs in it, and I really enjoyed it. So, but I can't be too hard on the Lost Legacy because I did enjoy my time on it. But I think for what you're paying and for what you're getting for the game, but I don't think it can be justified in the end of the day. So I'm only going to give this an 8 out of 10. And that's because they're charging a bit for not so much. And that's it. So I think what's in there is a lot of fun. The gameplay is smooth, perfect, and all of that. I just think if you're going to pay for the game, you should be getting a little bit more out of the experience. So anyways, guys, until next time.